Welcome to the Santa Cruz Coffee Break. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on Apple Podcast, please follow, hit the like button, or any subscribes. It really helps us with the algorithms. Santa Cruz Coffee Break is produced by the Santa Cruz Guitar Players Forum. All opinions are those of the speakers. We invite you to join us on the Santa Cruz Guitar Players Forum at SCGCPF for more fun. Now, let's get on with this installment of Santa Cruz Coffee Break. We'd like to welcome everybody to the 83rd podcast of the Santa Cruz Guitar Players Forum. And we have a returning guest, and we're really honored to have Addam Traum with us today. Welcome in, Addam.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
I happened to be at Santa Cruz, and he was recording a video the other day, and I didn't want to put my head in there and get in the way of things and bust up something that sounded really great coming out of there. So I went, geez, let's talk to Addam again. It really would be good. So welcome in, sir.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm delighted to be here again.
Yeah. And first off, our sincere condolences.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's a big hole.
Indeed.
And you look at the history that Happy gave us and all the things, everything that he started, and it's just a legacy that is one that, from what I see, you are more than capable of continuing.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we might want to mention very quickly, in case we do get this podcast out to any of the probably dozen or two people who don't know, that Addam's father was Happy Traum, who was responsible for, I think, starting online lessons, so to speak, before there was an online.
Before there was YouTube.
Yeah. He taught untold number of people how to play guitar. And we lost him, and it's very sad. It looks like you're holding his guitar. Am I correct?
This is my own Happy Traum model, but this is the Happy Traum model. Sorry for
the signature model, right?
Yeah, the Happy signature. You can really see his signature there.
Yeah. Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, my window. It's a sinker redwood top, and I have the mahogany back and sides. This wood is just absolutely gorgeous.
I wonder if that's my table. I left a table up with Richard about a year and a half ago, and it was like, this is solid mahogany, and he took a look at it and went, I think it's Cuban. It's yours.
That's amazing.
Do with it what you want. I love the reclaim stuff.
Yeah,
your table never sounded so good.
Yeah.
Well, it's such every instrument that they make just absolutely sings. But this particular model, just they outdid themselves, really. I have to say, though, I am my very first Santa Cruz, my OM pre-war was, I'm really excited to get that back. They're doing a refret on it and getting it back to factory specs, and I was down there and they asked if I'd do a video, and they did a little work on this, and this is feeling amazing. It's just such a great company to be associated with, and I have my dad to thank for that, and just super appreciative that he introduced me to Richard and this whole world of these beautiful stringed instruments.
It's quite an accomplishment, and as we see, like, there's some talk of the new NAMM guitar, the new NAMM guitars and things like that. I don't know. Did they tell you anything about the Western Red Flyer?
No, they may want to surprise me. I'm going to be staying at the house.
Well, no, we have permission to talk about it. The Western Red Flyer was Hemingway's boat. that he took down to the Sea of Cortez, and they rebuilt it over the past 10 or 12 years. And Ventana Surfboards went in and grabbed a lot of the ribbing, which was black. It's oak, but it was just black from gasoline and diesel and probably gin and salt water
And cigar smoke.
some human excrements, whatever it is. But they're going to use part of it to be the headstock cover.
Wow.
And then Ventana is going to build a surfboard out of the rest of it, and that's a NAM. That'll be a NAM thing. So
can't wait. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. How do they top last year? And did you go last year? I didn't see you last year.
I've been since 2019.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's quite an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you know.
I've been many years, but it's been a while since I've been.
So tell us a little bit about what's going on with you. I mean, I'm seeing some great new lessons come out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to buy them all.
I appreciate that. Helps with my royalty statement. It just I've been doing for a while. I've been covering the homespun production, and so I've been producing some other people's lessons. I have one with Pete Madsen that's almost in the can. As soon as we're off the phone, I'm going to be working on that. I just finished shooting a 2-part intro to dobro lesson with Josh Yenny, who's a terrific multi-instrumentalist. We play duos together, and he's a terrific player, really good friend of mine. And so he's like such a great articulate teacher. He really has a knack for breaking things down to the nuts and bolts. And so that's going to be a great lesson. And then Lisa Lou and I are talking about doing a chord melody lesson, which I am just like, I can't wait to get her in the studio and get that thing shot. Not only because I want to learn from her. She's just such a fantastic artist. And even more than a great artist, she's an amazing person too. So like what a combination. And I've got a couple things that I'm going to be cooking up myself. I'm going to be doing a method lesson. Probably it'll either be after I do Josh's lesson, depending on when I can get Lisa, or after Lisa. I'm going to be doing a method lesson on learning how to play Piedmont blues. So, and rather than songs, it's going to be more like, all right, here's what you do with your thumb. And then just another thing related to homespun, which I'm really excited to start doing, is taking existing lessons taught by the masters and breaking them down and doing sort of companion lessons. Because, like, for example, Tony Rice, great player, and tries to slow things down as much as he can, but he can only go so slow. And so things like that, and I want to do a companion lesson to Etta Baker's lesson as well.
Oh wow!
So I have a lot planned on the homespun front, and we're working on bolstering our YouTube page, and it's going to be I'm going to be carrying on a lot of the stuff that that I was doing before Dad but passed away, but I'm going to be picking up a little bit more slack and just really trying to get the catalog boosted up. It was a little tough, because I spent a lot of time back home. In the end, I spent not quite 2 months back with him when he was battling cancer, and
Oh, great.
and I was really glad I could be there, but it sort of stalled the production end of things. I just didn't have the bandwidth. So, I'm looking forward to getting the catalog back rocking again, and getting some new stuff out. It's gonna be great.
I'll tell you, I love Pete Madsen. I did a lot of video with him and his surf band.
Oh,
And
Fuzzy Fret, yeah.
yeah, with Buzzy. And you just kind of like, or I'm just amazed. I was just kind of sitting there shooting, going, "Oh wow, he's pretty good."
He's an amazing player, a very succinct teacher, and just another like all these amazing musicians who could conceivably be just complete jerks because they're so good. He's just such a cool, humble dude, and just always a pleasure to work with.
Yeah.
It's really I feel so privileged to have the music community that I have, that I'm plugged into. It's like just, it's just everything a guy could ask for, as to have a job where I get to have these peers.
Yeah, that's great. So do you know offhand how many titles are in the Homespun catalog at this point?
Oh gosh. I don't.
I know it's a lot.
It's easily in the hundreds and maybe in the low thousands. I don't really know, but it's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a massive catalog.
And for anybody that doesn't get over to Homespun, I'll tell you, the web page and the website work. When you sign in, it works. I've been probably doing lessons from there for 3-4 years. I'm doing a Mike Marshall one right now.
Oh, I love. Which Mike Marshall are you doing?
I did the arpeggio one, but
I love that one. I produced that one.
Yeah, that one's great. But I went, you know what? I'm going to go, and he just did what you just released 1 and 2 or something like that. And I thought, why not review it? I mean, why not just have this thing here for practice and that kind of a reference.
Yeah.
And I know the website functions, which is really wonderful.
These days, if anything functions, it's a miracle.
Agreed.
You know what? And I know it's my family's company and all that stuff, but I love that customers can reach a person and get a person to talk to and help them with their issues.
That's becoming so rare, and it is
it's not
so welcome.
It's not a bot that's just like sitting there. It's a human being, which is awesome.
Right.
Well, it's an educator too. I mean, I just find them fantastic. A lot of times I'll just let one play if I'm doing something else, and try to just absorb what he's saying or something like that, without having to look at it. And it's just such a great learning tool. I 5 stars.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Michelin star, everything about it,
Yeah, I may get someone who's more skilled at the mandolin than me, but I'm a competent mandolin player, but I understand how to teach it, and I may do a mandolin zone lesson like I did for the guitar too.
Oh, that'd be great. All of it, it's just all fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tad's doing something there, trying to figure out what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, technology, what can I say?
Yeah.
Always get by surprise.
It was a text from Kamala Harris wanting you know, have coffee, right?
Yes, 900% match.
Okay.
Hi, Tad. You want to have coffee with Kamala?
Yeah. Oh, come on. I turned off the ringer.
Yeah, it's okay. Um, so last time we talked, you and Jack had a pretty active duo, right?
Yep.
How's that going?
Going good. We added a drummer. We're working on our album. Our band is called Wolf Run. We added a drummer. We're getting the cover designed. We have our masters done. We are in the final stages. It's been a really long process, but we're getting it knocked out.
That's
And
exciting.
I'm really excited. We're gonna release some singles, but there's some really beautiful stuff on there. And we're gonna dedicate the album to my dad, and he played banjo on one of the tracks as well. So
Oh, wow. How great. How great.
Really delighted about that.
Do it at home or studio?
A little from column A, a little from column B. We did the basic tracks at Jack's place. When we were mixing, we decided that we were going to do some extra vocals. Just we weren't 100% happy with vocals, so the studio that we were mixing at in Berkeley was he had some pretty nice mics, and so we did some vocals there, and then we worked with a guy named Tim Gennert for the mastering. And I can't blame our mixing engineer for this, but we had some things that we weren't 100% happy with, and Tim helped polish some things up. It's no slight to David. It was really us kind of. Sometimes you want to just get stuff out, and we didn't take the time that we needed with a few tracks, and we were doing it out of the box. So once they were done, they were done.
I don't think a lot of people realize the amount of time and work and all the processes involved in that. It's not a Bloomfield Cooper live super session thing. I mean, it's on and on and on, and and if you want it right, it takes time.
It takes time and takes money, unfortunately.
Well, so how do you fit that in with your homespun work? I mean, have you moved homespun out here to the West Coast?
No, it's still based in Woodstock, but you can do anything remote these days.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it would be less convenient, but I could technically be living in Fiji or something like that, and still be able to produce things. I would just have a nicer view.
Maybe.
Well, maybe
not.
Water may be lapping over your toes, but
yeah, that'd be terrible.
I could do a video like from the sand. Here's how you play a C chord.
SEA.
Here's how to play an SEA chord. So I'm handling most of the production out here, but we're still based on the East Coast.
Okay. And then you're doing all your recording and everything out here locally.
Yeah, I have a great studio I've been working at. My buddy Mike Lunabis has a photo studio, but it's really well equipped for shooting video, so it's nice.
That's great. It probably is a lot nicer to not have it in the home too. That it's a place to go to, because it.
Yes, definitely. Plus, I live in a little complex. One of these days when I get my first big hit, I'll maybe move out to the country or something. But right now, right now, being in Sonoma, what we can afford is live in a nice little complex, and it's a great little set of great neighbors, great place to be, a little bit outside of town, but still in town. But um, with neighbors comes noise, you know,
Yeah.
and cars pulling in, and so it just started to get really difficult to do it out of my house. And then inevitably, my wife comes home from work, or the dog starts barking, or it's always something.
Yeah. Yeah, they've enabled the technology where you can technically do all this stuff from anywhere at home, in your living room or whatever. But the reality is you need an environment that works for doing all that, and that's harder to find.
Really is, for sure.
Yeah.
But this studio is nice. It's right near my house. Mike's got great lights. We sort of have our workflow down, and he mostly shoots. He's a songwriter. We've written a couple things together, but he's also a skilled real estate photographer. So he doesn't do a ton in his studio. So I pretty much have access to his studio when I need it, which is great.
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
Right.
So, so I don't know. Do you? And I guess So I've been doing a lot of homespun. I've been writing a bunch. Well, actually, I haven't been writing a lot, but I'm starting to write again. But before Dad got sick, I was writing a bunch, and then sort of my songwriting group was real helpful in sort of forcing me to do a song. So I thought I was phoning in the song, but all the guys were like, "Hey, that's really good." So I still have some rewrites to do. So I haven't completely lost my touch. So I don't know, and I'm doing a couple really cool shows though. I'm excited about. I just booked a November 4th show, or November 7th. Yeah, November 7th, I think. Yeah, in at the Lost Church in San Francisco with a singer-songwriter from New Orleans. So that's my first time playing at Lost Church there. I'm going to be closing out the night on a fundraiser for Christofferson,
Oh, wow.
Lost Church in Santa Rosa, on Friday.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. So it's going to be one of the performers. Her name's Shlee. She's a real talented woman. She suggested making it a fundraiser for North Carolina. So we're gonna help out Asheville a little bit if we can.
That's such a tragic story. One of our last podcasts, I don't know how far, can't remember how far back, but it was Josh Martin from Woodbox Heroes. And they were really, really starting to kick. And he's been doing live streams down there to support, Asheville. And I spent a lot of time in Boone. And I can't imagine what happened there. I mean, we're seeing the big cities, but the little communities up in the thing. Appalachia State was in Boone, and just a really great school, and really, really hard to see that area the way it is.
It's tragic, and and they were just so unprepared for it, which is like. You think on the coast, Florida, Georgia, the Georgia coast, where I spent a lot of time. I lived there for a number of years, and South Carolina, all that stuff. You sort of expect it, and there's maybe some kind of infrastructure for it, but boy, those other places, they just weren't ready for it.
Well, you don't expect 20 feet of water at 2,600 feet. That's kind of like way up there, but that area is beautiful, and I'm sure Build Back Better, build back that infrastructure better and think about it and make it the little artist community that really got hit pretty hard. That's sad stuff.
We have a ton of homespun artists who live there, and So we're going to start reaching out and seeing if they need anything.
There you go. That's really, really great. Talked about music, talked about new music, talked about what else?
Yeah.
Well, actually, so I just have been rambling on here, but I just played a really beautiful show in Woodstock, uh,
Oh,
celebrating at this beautiful venue called the Maverick, and it was celebrating. A lot of people thought it was a memorial, and it wasn't. It was just a concert that Dad was supposed to play, and we had this amazing band. We had Cindy Cash Dollar and I sort of spearheaded the thing, and unfortunately, John Sebastian had to cancel late, but we got a ringer in Tony Trishka, and thank you, Mom. She came up with that idea, and um, then we had Kenny Kosek playing fiddle, and he did a magnificent job. And Eugene Ruffalo, who's a great singer songwriter, and Cindy was on stage, and we had Byron Isaacs on bass. Byron plays with the Lumineers, and we had my buddy Jimmy Sweetwater playing a little harmonica, which is great.
wow.
Do it. We were so bummed that John couldn't make it, but at least we still had a great night, and I talked to him the night of the show, and he was really bummed that he couldn't make it, but
Any recordings of it?
yeah, we shot video. We in a very prescient moment, my mom thought it would be a good idea to hire a legitimate video crew, and this guy Dave Cook, who did my dad's last 3 albums, I think, at least his last 3, did a board recording. So we're waiting for the video to be cut. This guy Chris Anderson did it. He's a really good shooter, and he had 3 cameras, and they looked like the kind of cameras you see at a baseball game. They were like high quality. Like I saw it in the load in, I was like, holy cow.
Yeah. The expensive.
This isn't the like Sony Handycam version
Yeah.
of,
That's great. That's great.
So I'm really delighted that we had the concert captured on film.
We'll look forward to seeing that. Yeah. That'll be great.
So I don't know what we're gonna do with it. We mostly did it for posterity, but I might like put it on YouTube or something. I don't know.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Give people a chance to see it who hadn't seen it before.
And especially that's such a powerful scene up there. I mean, anything that we see come out of Woodstock, it's just magical.
It was really a beautiful night, and I sort of imagined it might be harder to host than it was, but there's just so much love in the room, and I was like had such a high level of talent around me that it was like it was just hard to goof it up.
Yeah, that's fantastic though.
I'm on my best behavior because I'm on Santa Cruz. Otherwise, I might have dropped an expletive, but
Well, Woodstock is such an incredible place. I got a chance to go there for the guitar show a couple years ago, which was the one chance I actually met your dad and talked to him for just a minute, which was really wonderful. But unfortunately, I think I spent too much time in the guitar show. What little time I got to wander around Woodstock, I fell in love with the place. It's just really wonderful. If you guys didn't have a lot of snow, I'd consider living somewhere like that. But
February in Woodstock is brutal. I mean, I like the cold. I like to think I would be tough enough to handle it, but honestly, after 24 years in California, 5 years in Georgia, and 7 years in Virginia, it's like there's. I think my blood may have thinned too much
Yeah.
because I just by February when it's 0 degrees or and -15 with a wind chill, and there's like nothing going on and you're locked in your house and nothing to do but stream Netflix and on
And worry
like
and worry about the wood pile.
worry about your diminishing wood pile as it's going down. Like it's a tough place. My parents used to come out to California for 3-4 weeks, or
February.
like they'd come out for NAMM and they'd stay. And they'd stay in LA for like a month, and then they'd come up and see us in Sonoma, and then they'd go back down to LA, and then they'd go home, and they'd almost be out of the figurative woods.
Yeah, no, I kept that in mind. I mean, as much as I enjoyed the town, I kept in the back of my head constantly. It's not like this all the time.
I remember one year on Dad's birthday, it snowed.
Oh, geez.
He was born May 9th, and
Wow.
it snowed on his birthday. And I just remember him looking outside, and it wasn't like a pretty snow. It was like that ugly slushy snow that just was like wet and gross. And I remember him looking out the window going, great.
Wonderful.
Boy,
And then actually one year, it was early before graduation at my college, but I believe, I could be totally wrong, I might be misremembering because it's a long time ago, but I went to school in Ithaca, New York, in the Finger Lakes, and I would and I remember at my graduation it was really cold. We had sweaters underneath our gowns, our robes rather. And it was like, it's what, like June.
yeah.
And it was like, and it basically, in the morning we had like little snow flurries, and it was like, it was just really cold.
Yeah.
I grew up in Chicago and left in 1972, but had to travel back there for business a lot. And I remember being in my hotel looking out at Lake Michigan and at Oak Street Beach, and watching the lake freeze over in 45 minutes. The wind was blowing so hard. And I was sitting, I was talking to my wife, and I just said, we're just going to talk until this is done, because it's just so unbelievable to watch. But it literally froze over. It was something, 20 below and 30-mile-an-hour winds. And no, just no.
California, there you go.
Yeah, since 1980, and happy to be here. Well, we'll let you go.
You want me to play a song for you guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
I'll play a couple songs for you guys.
That'd be awesome.
There we go. Took a second.
What a guitar.
Amazing. Yeah, I've got a fan up, keeping the house a little cool, so it was sort of screwing with my ear. Everyone, this is Polly.
Hi, Polly.
So if you want, I was thinking maybe I'd play you guys two songs. One that's I recorded and had my dad on, and you had talked about legacy. I thought I would play that. I may have played this on the podcast before, so apologies if people have heard this song too much, but hopefully people still enjoy it. I still like to play it. and then the other one was a song that I wrote that my dad really loved, that I played for him when I was there in December, and December was the last time, as far as I know, Dad played guitar, and I sort of gently cajoled him into playing. Started picking up some of his instruments, and he started going, oh yeah, let me see that, and so he started playing, and that there was about 45 minutes or an hour of just sort of pulling out guitars and playing, and that was a real gift. So anyway, this is Legacy. I was maybe 4 years old, curled up at my dad's feet. Music swirling in my head, playing me to sleep. My legacy, my legacy. My first guitar was magic, it was never far away. I'd fall asleep strumming, wake up and start to play. My legacy, my legacy. Riding shotgun on a dream, on a highway made of songs. Winding road leading me to the place where I belong. My legacy, my legacy. See my boy get older. Sorry, I'm gonna do that again. All the signs were pointing, so I made my choice to stop taking detours, go and find my voice. My legacy, my legacy. Riding shotgun on a dream, on a highway made of songs. Winding road leading me to the place where I belong. My legacy, my legacy. As I see my boy get older, I wonder what will take. I hope the songs I'm singing him will keep his compass straight. My legacy, my legacy, my legacy, my legacy.
I love it more every time I hear it. And if you aren't familiar with that, that is a CD that you can buy from Addam,
Yeah.
called Legacy.
We'll have lots of links.
Yeah.
AddamTraumGuitar.com.
Yep.
There you go.
That about does it.
So, first of all, just thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. And it's always a pleasure to see you two. And Tad, I will visit out there on the coast. And maybe even this week. And, just really appreciate the Santa Cruz community and, just the Santa Cruz Guitar Company, all that. I feel very honored and privileged to just have that be part of my extended family, and really always a pleasure to be on. I'll come on anytime. Always happy to share what I'm up to.
Well, we're really, really thankful and grateful.
Yeah, man. Well, so this next song, the paint's mostly dry on it. I started it. It came together really quickly, and then as these things are, you sort of keep refining and tweaking. So I'd say it's a good 99% of the way there. But this was again one of the things I did for my songwriting group. But I had this melody bouncing around my head, the chorus, and normally like I'll write a guitar part first and sort of something will pop in my head, but this melody sort of sunk in first, and I played it for my folks, and my dad was real moved by it, and so I thought that it would be an appropriate thing to send us off with. Tell the people you love that you love them. Hold them close and don't forget to hug them. It's a stone cold world when you're all alone. Tell the people you love that you love them. Don't put nothing else above them. When your heart is full, stand up and holler. Find some good in each day, even when things go astray. Sages wrote this too shall pass. Shadows never last. Tell the people you love that you love them. Hold them close and don't forget to hug them. It's a stone cold world when you're all alone. Tell the people you love that you love them. Don't put nothing else up above them. When your heart is full, stand up and holler. Keep friends and family by your side. They're the ones who are true and tried. Lean into life with all you got. Don't try to be who you're not. Tell the people you love that you love them. Hold them close and don't forget to hug them. It's a stone cold world when you're all alone. Tell the people you love that you love them. Don't put nothing else up above them. When your heart is full, stand up and holler. Getting knocked around is a given. Getting back up, it's a gift of living. Tell the people you love that you love them. Hold them close and don't forget to hug them. It's a stone cold world when you're all alone. Oh, tell the people you love that you love them. Don't put nothing else up above them. When your heart is full, stand up and holler. Yeah, holler. Yeah, holler. Oh, tell the people you love that you love them. Don't put nothing else up above them. When your heart is full, stand up and holler. Oh, tell the people you love that you love them. Don't put nothing else up above them. When your heart is full, stand up and holler.
Wow.
That's
it.
really nice. I don't know what 1% you're waiting for to consider that done. I think that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're
Oh,
gonna.
and before I forget, if you happen to be cruising around the internet, I did a little video lesson for acoustic guitar on my dad's version of "He Was a Friend of Mine," and wrote a little bit. So if you want to check out the November, December issue, you can find me there too.
That's really wonderful. Thank you, Addam.
Mr. Newman there will make sure we get all the links embedded so that people can find all that.
We'll do our best.
Yeah. Well, and listening to you, Addam, I'll mention that Thursday night there's going to be an open mic at the Tamales Town Hall. If interested in very tiny venues.
You know, I don't mind tiny venues. It's just a matter of whether or not I can escape on Thursday. Sonoma for Tamales Bay.
Yeah.
I haven't played out in Tamales Bay in a little while.
Well, this is the town of Tamales.
Yes. Oh, the town of Tamales. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway,
Even smaller.
You know what? I think I played a gig in Tamales years ago.
could be.
Yeah, there's a restaurant there that I used to play a little bit. I can't remember what it's called now, but
The William Tell.
yes, the William Tell House. I've done.
Yeah, it's closed at the moment, but we're hoping some new owners will get it opened up again.
Oh, I like that place. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys, thanks so much. It's always such a pleasure to see you and hang out for about an hour with you guys. So, like, what a treat.
Yeah.
Can't say thanks enough, Addam.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, listen.
Get out there.
Thanks, you guys. Everybody, be cool. Love each other.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Perfect.
All right.
Hope to see you soon.
All right. Take care, you guys. Have a great one.
We hope you enjoyed this installment of the Santa Cruz Coffee Break. For more music-related fun, please join the Santa Cruz Guitar Players Forum at SCGCPF or santacruzguitarplayers.com. If you have any questions or possible podcast topics, please contact us. If you have a product or service that you feel would be of value to our listeners, please consider adding your support and keeping the coffee pot on. Contact us for more information. We ask that you hit the like, follow, bell, or bookmark buttons so we can keep you informed of upcoming podcast episodes. We hope you enjoyed Santa Cruz Coffee Break. Now it's time to go play your guitar.